7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Huntley. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
To throw, Huntley. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a 1st down.
The defensive coach is losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Huntley to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
To throw on 3rd down, Huntley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Romeo Doubs. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Fourth-year man, this is Damian Harris. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That swung out wide to Harris. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. On play action, Prescott. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And look looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Commanders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Second down, here's Barkley again. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. On the move past the 40. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Huntley, this one caught by Kittle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here we go.
To throw on second down. Huntley, he dumps it off to Barkley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Room here to run. And And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Saquon Barkley, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hurry, hurry! Hurry, hurry! 19 tight! 19 tight!
Operating from the gun. Huntley airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, Huntley. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Eaglesons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. On 2nd and 10. Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A final shot before break. Huntley. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold the lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Finding Harris over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now. Prescott. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Prescott off play action. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Huntley complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. 13 yards there and a Washington first. Looking to throw. Huntley. This complete to Lockett. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
Hey, check that, street.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But it looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Huntley. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Huntley looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. But now it'll be third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Monte Nicholson picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now this fourth quarter becoming very in. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, it's Prescott. It's brought in by Harris. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They run for it with Harris. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. Touchdown! John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Cut, Ready?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The battle in the trenches, never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Here's Huntley. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. Barkley, inside handoff. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer or even pick up the 1st down if they can. It's 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So here's Cairo Santos on the field goal try. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And the Eagles are going to win the football game.